Newswatch 12 at 5, I'm Dan Hagan. Farmers can do everything needed to prepare for this season, but always they're at the will of Mother Nature. A late winter has pushed back planting season, plus supply chain issues and inflation aren't helping either. Newswatch 12's Muhammad Abdul Kawi has the story.
My grandpa bought this farm in 1932, and we've been growing potatoes ever since then.
Farming is a fun activity to do for some people, but sometimes the weather could get in the way.
Well, the thing about Wisconsin is you never know what kind of weather you're going to get. But I would say this year we're a little bit behind.
Brad Eigel is a part owner of Eigel Farms, and this particular location specializes in growing organic potatoes.
It really starts with we have to work the ground up. And being organic, we usually go through the fields like maybe 2 or 3 times to try to knock the weeds down before we plant.
Before you grow anything, you need to have fertilizer. Thomas Houlihan is the executive director of Wisconsin Potato and Vegetables Growers Association, and he says due to inflation, items that farmers need are harder to get.
I mean, inflation has hit hard to everyone, but for the growers, their input costs have gone up tremendously, and things like nitrogen fertilizer, the price has more than doubled.
A fertilizer shortage is definitely a concern for us because, I mean, it's hard to grow, especially potatoes. Potatoes use need a lot of fertilizer.
And despite the late season, as well as the lack of access to fertilizer, Brad is still excited for the farming season to finally arrive.
The same like every beginning of every season, you hope for good weather, good growing season, good yields.
Reporting in Anago, Muhammad Abdul Kawi, Newswatch 12.
Eigel Farms will begin to plant potatoes starting early next week if the weather cooperates. Meteorologist Conrad Sapinski joins us now. Conrad, a nice but cool day out there today.
Yes, those 70s, 80s, and 90-degree weather is gone for now, but some beautiful skies out there. We got some partly cloudy skies, so really nice looking skies, pretty much partly cloudy all across the state with some thicker clouds in Minnesota. That is associated with this little low pressure system in the west. Doesn't look like much right now, but it will start to develop and move east into our area. So more rain is back by Tuesday night into Wednesday, and then Wednesday night into Thursday with heavier batches of rain Thursday night into Friday. Maybe even a chance of a thunderstorm or two is possible. But check out these temperatures all across the region. We have some mid-50s just to the north, some upper 50s in Eagle River here in Rhinelander, 60s south, and even a couple 70s closer to Green Bay and Wisconsin Rapids. So we are a little bit below average, as our average this time of year is supposed to be around 67 degrees, but tonight we will really start to drop out there. Some frost will be possible in some locations and will continue to drop into the mid-30s. Dan?
The Elko School District is now seeking a new district administrator. Their previous superintendent, Stephanie Hubbard, announced her resignation. Hubbard's resignation takes effect July 1st after the school year ends. She was instrumental in the passing of a 3-year, $1 million referendum back in April. Typically, school staff positions are filled around January before the next school year. The Elko School Board has been able to identify a few candidates for the open position. The deadline for job applications has been extended until the position is filled. UW-Madison officially has a new chancellor. Dr. Jennifer L. Mnookin was named to the role today. Mnookin was previously the dean of the law school at UCLA. She becomes UW's 30th chancellor. Officials said the UW System Board of Regents voted unanimously to approve her. Mnookin replaces outgoing Chancellor Rebecca Blank, who is leaving UW-Madison for Northwestern. Mnookin will begin her tenure on August 4th. Hodag Little League Baseball kicked off this weekend, and organizers held a tribute to the man who started it all. Robert Estabrook Sr. loved baseball. He started Hodag Little League back in 1954. This upcoming 2022 season will be close to a record-breaking year for participation. Two of Estabrook's sons spoke before the first pitch.
My dad believed in the value of baseball, not just for fun, but it is big fun. He believed in it for camaraderie and for young people to learn and grow.
Before the game started, there was also a parade. It ended up being a perfect day for all festivities. Rhinelander had its first pop-up skate park this weekend. The local group called Over It organized the event at the Rhinelander District Library. The event doubled as a listening session for the community to learn more about plans to create a skate park here in Rhinelander. The group Over It hopes to have another pop-up skate park again soon. The second annual Hodag Heritage Festival began today in Rhinelander. The festival is hosted by the Rhinelander Chamber of Commerce, the Pioneer Park Historical Complex, and the Hodag Store. This week-long event will feature activities like art contests, scavenger hunts, and a bike ride tour of the city. Hodag Heritage Fest will end this Saturday with different events, all held at Pioneer Park. It includes a pancake breakfast, a ceremony, a Hodag calling contest, and much more. There will be food and drink vendors at the event Saturday. For more details, visit the Rhinelander Chamber Commerce website, which is rhinelanderchamber.com. In these days, since the worst of COVID-19, weddings are big business once again. Bridal parties, reception halls, and photography services are all making up for lost time this spring. Alex Fees reports.
I let it go. Let it go.
Jacqueline Austin Simon allowed 5 on Your Side to join her on her April 29th wedding day at her wedding venue, Main Street Abbey in Columbia, Illinois.
The foundation could be even lighter.
We were originally scheduled in April of 2020, about a week or so after the stay-at-home order was placed, so, the wedding did get canceled.
Jacqueline and Marcelo had to postpone their wedding due to COVID twice. Tina Austin is the mother of the bride.
I didn't know what to do at the time. I mean, shutting my own daughter's wedding down twice. We thought the pandemic was over. March was one thing. We rescheduled for September. That didn't happen. The whole country shut back down pretty much again.
And then turned toward me. Love you, ladies. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Photographer Alan B. Thompson works for AG Photography and says bookings have picked up for the spring-summer wedding season.
We just went back to what we generally do, systems in place, corresponding with the bride currently, and open communication with our photographers and videographers about what needs the bride and groom wants.
Whether they're serving up roast beef, oven-baked chicken, or pork tenderloin, John Armengold Jr., owner of 14 Andres reception halls, says this spring is going to be a record setter.
We had 8 vans, caterings, now we bought 12. We have 2 kitchens, now we have 3.
And the phone continues to ring at Andres.
You have the whole big room to the left wide open for you.
It's common to see young deer running around the woods this time of year, but that also means you might see more of them on their own. Well, we'll share the advice of a local wildlife reserve after the break. But first, Conrad will be in with your full weather forecast right here on Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's grand opening sale and receive massive savings along with free carpet installation. Take advantage of grand opening savings at the brand new Eagle River store and all existing locations. Come see why builders and designers only choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs. And receive huge savings at the Carpet City Flooring Center grand opening sale.
Our prices will floor you.
When you drive a Honda, the adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with the thrilling performance of Honda. The brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
In Wisconsin, everything's gotten so expensive because America's too dependent on China. So we sure know phony baloney policies when we see them. Senator Ron Johnson voted against cracking down on China with higher tariffs and tougher trade deals, and even voted against punishing China for manipulating its currency. No wonder everything keeps going up and up and up. Senator Johnson, stop making it easier on China and tougher on us.
There's no telling what the next Wisconsin Lottery scratch game will bring. It's the hit family of games. loaded with top prizes of $25 to $500. With prices from $1 to $10 and more than 52,000 total top prizes, these tickets are sure to be a hit. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basement-y in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Good afternoon and welcome back, everyone. So we have a beautiful day out there today, a little bit on the cooler end, but all across the region, just some partly cloudy skies. So really a nice day out there today to go out and about. And most of the upper Midwest and Midwest is in the clear right now. But look at this system right over here in the Rockies. This will start to develop and move on into the east, into the Wisconsin area. So we're going to start to have more of a wet pattern out here, more of an active rain pattern from Tuesday night all the way through Saturday. Yeah, some of the days we'll have some on and off rain with some more thunderstorm action possible by Thursday night into the Friday morning. But overall, a pretty active weather pattern is in the forecast until Saturday. But not only that, we'll have some really well below average temperatures out there. So our average this time of year, average high, is supposed to be around 67 degrees. These are the temperatures out there right now, well below average all across the region, as we're in the 50s here in Rhinelander and a little to the north, some 60s to a little south of us by Wausau area, and a couple 70s all the way in southern Wisconsin by Wisconsin Rapids and lower cities out there. And we will continue to have some well below average temperatures. The next couple of days will be slightly below, with maybe one day on Thursday being near average. But now look at Saturday and Sunday, some really below average temperatures in the 50s, maybe even upper 40s by Saturday. We'll keep an eye on that. It's still several days away, but a lot cooler temperatures are back. So bring out all those sweaters. Make sure your AC units are off because it will get a little chilly, especially overnight tonight. And then over the weekend, yes, more 30s are back. So if you have any vegetation out there or plants, really be careful out there. But it is a little bit windy as well, with that wind blowing from the north, and that is going to bring all those cooler temperatures by tonight and into the morning hours. Look, by tomorrow afternoon, this wind will be pretty calm out there. So by tonight, the wind will start to go a little bit more calm, really helping those temperatures become a lot cooler into the 30s. So we'll get some frost across the region as we'll be hovering in the mid 30s. Maybe some locally freezing temperatures, and especially north of us, will be possible with those winds starting to die down out there, really letting those cooler temperatures come down from the sky. But look at tomorrow's forecast, rebounding back into the mid 60s. So it's going to be a cold start for the morning, so bundle up out there. But tomorrow the sun's going to be peeking out, some more partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the mid 60s. But our 7-day outlook does show that active weather pattern lasting through Saturday with well below average temperatures by the weekend, and then we start to slowly rebound by beginning of next week. Dan?
Fawn season is in full swing, and a local wildlife rehab center is reminding people not to touch or approach fawns. Wildlife rehabilitator Wild Instincts in Rhinelander is taking in some injured fawns right now, but Director of Rehabilitation Mark Naniat says if you see a fawn by itself, it's most likely not orphaned. Fawn's mothers sometimes leave them on their own. Naniat says do not approach a fawn if you see one. His advice is to call the rehab center for further guidance of what to do. It's also that time of year when you might see some groups with reflective vests picking up litter along the highways. The Oneida County Highway Department is asking motorists to be alert to workers and volunteers alongside the roads and to please slow down when approaching or passing these individuals. Oneida County currently has 38 groups helping out on county highway roadways. Sections to adopt are around 2 miles in length. Many sections of road are still available for adoption. The Edgar FFA chapter recently collected maple syrup from the school forest. The club is selling the maple syrup for $8 a pint at the high school office. The maple syrup is organic, gluten-free, and 100% Wisconsin maple syrup. Pick yours up because supplies are limited. All proceeds go to Edgar FFA. As the USA sees a new wave of new COVID-19 cases, one top health official cautions we're not completely finished with COVID-19. But experts are split on whether we'll see a summer surge. Maddie Gaither has the latest on the COVID-19 outlook and what officials say need to be done.
In all U.S. states, new COVID-19 cases are now trending up. And as the weather gets warmer, the question remains, will we see a surge?
I'm worried about the summer and the summer surge that could start within the next 3 to 4 weeks across the South.
But a former FDA commissioner and current Pfizer board member isn't convinced a surge is right around the corner.
I do believe that cases will continue to come down. Wastewater data collected by cities does show overall cases coming down, and that we shouldn't have a big wave of infection this summer.
Dr. Scott Gottlieb says the Omicron offshoot does pose a potential risk for a fall surge.
It's going to be important to learn whether or not the newly formulated vaccines that are now in development will cover this B2 variant well.
The latest CDC data shows about 66% of the U.S. is fully vaccinated with at least their initial series of shots. About 31% have gotten a booster. Booster uptake is highest in the Northeast, but lowest in the South, where less than a quarter of the population has received a booster dose.
We've got to make sure that we don't make a decision, which would be a wrong decision, that we're completely finished with COVID-19. We are not.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Americans can now order a third round of free take-home COVID-19 tests from the government. Just go to covidtests.gov. There's a shortage of baby formula nationwide, but one mother is stepping up to help. We'll meet one woman who's putting her breast milk surplus to good use. That story after the break.
Start your outdoor projects with 11% off everything at Menards. Refresh your deck with Pittsburgh Ultra Advanced Semi-Transparent Stain. It brings out the natural beauty of the wood while offering protection from the elements. A gallon is $29.98 after rebates. Grow a beautiful garden with Burpee seeds. Choose from over 400 varieties of flowers, vegetables, and herbs. All Burpee seed packets are 11% off. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At 3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform?
Thirsty for change?
Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online and win. Yes! Yes! At 5, Brandy will stream her first concert and gain her first band. Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on. After all, we're the nationwide network built by locals for locals. U.S. Cellular.
This ain't about the donor class with their name on trucks, nor the establishment. Man, they failed us for decades. This is about the ones who work for a living, just worry about safe streets and buying groceries. Warrior conservatives. This is about Kevin Nicholson, one of us. The Marine who never forgot how to fight. It's in his gut. Conservatives, rise up. We have a leader.
The great experiences you have in here, even out here, all started here. Because the best customer experience always leaves a great impression. GMC, awarded #1 in sales satisfaction by J.D. Power. Visit your North Central Wisconsin GMC dealer.
Goodwill starts with you every time you shop and donate. Your support opens the door to new opportunities and creates possibilities for people with barriers to employment. When you shop Goodwill, you'll find home decor, clothing that fits your unique style, and other one-of-a-kind treasures. You'll also keep items out of the landfill, all while supporting job training, financial coaching, and more. When you shop at and donate to Goodwill, you open doors to possibilities for neighbors in your community. Goodwill starts with you.
Mars Wrigley is recalling some gummy candies, saying there could be a thin metal strand inside the bags. The candies are Skittle gummies, Starburst gummies, and Lifesaver gummies. Mars Wrigley said in a statement it isn't aware of any illnesses or injuries caused by these metal strands. The company did not specify how many units of candy were affected and said the products were manufactured by a third party. Mars Wrigley said those who believe they bought a recalled product should simply throw it away. The country is facing a nationwide baby formula shortage right now. On average nationwide, 40% of baby formula is out of stock. And in Iowa, it's even worse at more than 50%. That's what led a mother in Cedar Rapids to step forward with 45 gallons of extra breast milk. Brian Tabak reports.
I'll put the little ones maybe down here.
Andrea Heinreich of Dubuque is donating breast milk for the last time. On Saturday, it's going to Mother's Milk Bank of Iowa in Coralville.
Wow, this is so awesome. Thank you guys so much. I so appreciate you making the trip here.
Sometimes women can overproduce breast milk, and I was one of those overproducers. So we just decided to do what we could to help, other moms and babies along the way.
She says she overproduced and donated more than 45 gallons of breast milk. She didn't want any of the excess milk to go to waste, especially when she started seeing a shortage of formula and moms struggling to feed their babies.
There's parents that are very stressed out and trying to find formula to feed their babies, and for moms who aren't able to breastfeed, I know that's a struggle for them. I'm just kind of wondering, where that's going to come from.
The Mother's Milk Bank of Iowa says Heinreich isn't the only one stepping up to try and help moms struggling to find milk. In a statement, a spokesperson tells TV9, "We are experiencing an increase in milk donors who mention the formula shortage and their desire to help. They're remarkable and generous women."
If they have extra breast milk to not, or to feel like they can donate it, just because there is a need, and it really does help the moms and babies who need it. And there's a huge demand for it right now, especially.
It's a help Andrea knows firsthand after her son Oliver was born. She needed the help of the milk bank herself.
It was very emotional not being able to feed him myself, but we worked on it with the lactation consultants over at Mercy.
This donation marks the end of her breastfeeding journey, one that started out stressful, but ended up helping many other moms in the end.
It was emotional. I think it's been an emotional journey, and I think any mom when they're done breastfeeding is emotional, but he's gotten to where he is, and I just know that we're able to help other babies and moms along the way.
Summer's here, and it's time to refresh your space, indoor or out. Get an incredible 25% off Slumberland low prices during our huge memorial sale at Slumberland. Explore our comfortable living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio, and more.
Culver's couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Still today, we are a family restaurant. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. It's a place where our love of fresh food is as strong as our love for each other. It's a feeling of welcome you'll notice the moment you stop by. Because where we come from has made us who we are, and for that, we couldn't be more proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Dude, great ride, right? This Silverado keeps me connected and in control. And this touchscreen is my command center. My command center.
The 2022 Silverado LT. Find new control. Find new roads. Well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or order your next Chevy at your local dealership. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
How is he still playing?
Aspercream Arthritis. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Don't touch my piano.
Kick pain in the Aspercream.
Go with the flow at Dvorak's Docks. Flow from Dvorak's Docks is installed by trained in-house employees. That's right, no subcontractors needed, so your shoreline setup is guaranteed. Get flow from Dvorak's Docks by calling 275-DOC.
At Johnsonville, we ask crazy questions every day. Like, what if we made strips of sausage that look like bacon? Would they taste better than bacon? Turns out 1 in 4 Americans like Johnsonville sausage strips better than bacon. Then we asked, can someone who likes sausage strips better than bacon still be considered American? Then we remembered. You can't spell sausage without USA. Johnsonville sausage strips, better than bacon, and possibly more American.
Get an incredible 25% off Slumberland low prices during our huge memorial sale at Slumberland. Are you sleeping in pain but dread mattress shopping? Come to Slumberland, where each bed is rated for back support and softness.
All right, Conrad, a total lunar eclipse graced the night skies yesterday into this morning. NASA showed the moon bathed in the reflected red and orange hues of the Earth's sunsets and sunrises. That lasted for about an hour and a half. It was one of the longest total eclipses of the decade and the first so-called blood moon in a year. And Conrad, I was looking at it, but right as I was looking at it, the clouds went overhead and I couldn't see it.
Yeah, there was a little spotty shower, especially to the north of us. Ryan Lander got like 5 minutes of little drizzle here and there. But yeah, I could imagine your pain, Dan. But yeah, I mean, I unfortunately didn't see it myself. But today, a lot better day out there with some partly cloudy skies. The sun was peeking out, but the temperatures weren't quite as warm out there. But more rain chances are back by Tuesday night into Wednesday, then once again Wednesday night into Thursday, and that might get locally heavy at times with some thunderstorms possible Thursday night into Friday. But look at the weekend temperatures back into the 50s. Yeah, so bring out those sweaters because it will get chilly out there.
Okay, we'll have more weather and news for you on Newswatch 12 at 6. Nightly News with Lester Holt is up next.